Alright, YouTube, I'm not really sure if my first take recorded, so I'm gonna try this again. Today I am going to review and unbox a CF200 Drysuit from DUI. As you can see there, I have my old one, which is still in good working condition. I love it. There's a couple, it's probably 5 years old, 4 years old, and it's got some blemishes and some little hiccups. Had a couple zipper repair fixes. I never had to send it in to get the zipper repaired, but I did have it kind of addressed. I can show that repair later on, but that's mainly from user error. I can't really fault the suit on that one. I love the suit. I got another one because it's time to send that one in, and I really didn't want any downtime in between. And then after a few years of diving that suit, I see a few things that I'd like to do different on my next dry suit, and so that's what this is. Brand new dry suit, unopened. It's been very hard. I've had this since before Christmas. So I've basically had it for a week now, and a little over a week, and so I'm definitely excited to get this going and unboxed, because I've been waiting to do an unboxing video because I've always wanted to see how the dry suit comes from the manufacturer. When I first got that dry suit, it was hanging up on a hanger at the scuba store when I got there, and I was given the box that it came in, although I have no clue how a dry suit like that can fit in the little skinny boxes, but we'll find out right now. So I'm gonna get into it because I've been waiting to do this for a long time, so happy to finally get into here. I was hoping to have a couple of friends here to help me out, but nobody was able to make it out today. So this is pretty cool. I see there's lots of cool stuff in here that I never got on my first one, so this is already pretty awesome. I have a changing mat now. Never got a changing mat before. But my good friends at See the World Scuba Center definitely hooked me up. They are a great place. Craig and James, Jerry and Chris, Scuba Steve, they're all great people. Highly recommended. Definitely good people, and if you are looking at getting a dry suit, I can't recommend them enough. I got some rock boots. These are something I've never played with, but I'm very happy about these. I think these are going to be very helpful. I think they will really help me out in the boot area. I can get into that a little bit later. But I got a new 7mm hood. This thing is tiny. It is very little. I guess I could use it. I use a KO1 hood right now, but having an extra hood on a cold day like today for dive 2, definitely not a horrible idea. I like it. I think it's minimalistic, it's small. I think that'll do the job. And next is this giant box of a dry suit. So it does fit in the box. Hopefully you guys can see that now. Come here, Rocky. Alright, toss that for the dog. Alright, so I think you guys can see pretty good. Here's the big reveal. DUI Diving Unlimited International. For those of you that don't know, I really like the CF200. Done a lot of research before I bought my first one. This is pretty cool. I see they did a pretty good job getting everything I wanted. brand new Drysuit inflator hose. That goes nice with a brand new Drysuit. Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. Oh yeah. It does seem smaller than the other, but maybe not. But yeah, I was hoping for the muted colors everywhere. I thought that would have been established to them, but whatever. That just looks weird to me. I don't know why they would have done that. I don't. There's no paperwork on their website or any way to illustrate that that's what I wanted. Was like, you did a good job here, but why didn't you? Whatever. But overall, I do really like it. This is a very nice Drysuit. One of the things I asked for was a little bit of extra stitching on these guys, because my what do you call these things? They ripped off on one of mine, and it does look like there is much more stitching, and this is stitched twice with multiple stitches going back and forth. So I don't, and this is larger. This is a much larger tuft of material. So I really like what they've done here. This is a major upgrade, in my opinion. I want to make sure you guys can see that, because I'm going to show you on the other one. There's like 2 stitches here, or a stitch all the way across here, a stitch all the way across here. It's folded over. It's like a lot of extra material there. And then this looks like kind of a nice Kevlar-ish material. I'm not sure if it is Kevlar. I don't think it is, but it might be. But that's glued in there real nice. And so I trust that much more. I am very excited about that. Yeah, I would argue that their website little order form doesn't really, it leaves you kind of wondering. But these pockets are real nice. Got a real bright green. That's interesting. Bungee. That'll be easy to see. Probably one of the last colors to go at depth. So probably a good choice. This is real nice. There's like a bendable material in there. Got a nice extra pocket here for all my accessories. I think, judging by my buddies, they have it on both sides. Let's see, you can't even see any of that. So these are the pockets. These are real nice. They got a nice big Velcro area where you can probably, fit a ton in there. A nice little pocket for your wet notes. Little plastic D-ring. Not bad. Yeah, I like the pockets. The pockets are nice. I would say they're a pretty good upgrade from my old pockets. I didn't know these pockets existed when I got that suit, or else I would have got them. But and then I got I think this is the Light Monkey P valve. However, it says DUI on it, and I think it's closed right now. Which this is a major upgrade from the OMS P valve, which I lost the cap on almost immediately. And I've reached out to a couple different OMS people in DUI, and I have not been able to get a replacement cap. So, but being Light Monkey, I suspect I will have better luck. And then these are something I was really excited about, is is being able to go with a rock boot as opposed to these guys. But I'll kind of get into that in a little bit. These Drysuit bags, I've had 2 of them that have delaminated on me in the existence, or the time that I've had that other DUI. So I don't know how much I'll use this. I have a bag, a duffel bag over there from Battleboard that I use instead of this, because these just tend to delaminate. I will say that I have several friends whose are not delaminating, and I have a hunch that the reason why they do is because I am kind of a bad Drysuit owner, and I put my Drysuit away wet and I leave it in this bag in my truck for like 2 or 3 days, and then I'll go diving again, and I don't ever let it dry sometimes during the summer. So that's probably hard on the canvas material or whatever that is. I got a new glue stick of zipper lubricant, so that's cool. Some DUI stickers, that is cool. And looks like a DUI catalog of sorts, which they have some pretty cool stuff that they don't advertise very well. But yeah, overall, I love the Drysuit. This thing is a beaut. It's a very nice Drysuit. I guess it's been 60 years now, so this is the 60-year suit. So looks like I got the SciTech dump valves, which the old one is all Apex, which I particularly like the Apex. I think these are larger, more girthy, but I've never dove them, so I don't know. I don't know if I can switch them, but I imagine they're fine. I imagine they do the same thing as the Apex. Again, another thing on their order form that doesn't exist, you know, like what you know, dumps would you like? I think would be a good question for their order form. Yeah, got the G2 style hood. It looks like I'll have to cut it because I don't think my head will fit through that. Yeah, I am pretty stoked. And then I guess since we said we would do a review, well, I'm going to open up the rock boots too, because if there's anyone in here that wants to see the rock boots, they'll be disappointed. So the rock boots, I guess it's going to kind of cross over between the review and the new stuff at this point. But so my old boots, man, like these things, I worked for a company called Muckmen, and that really destroyed this suit. It's also, the company is also known as Sediment Removal Systems, and they do dredging in ponds and lakes and canals. So if you need anything dredged, hydraulically dredged by divers, great company. But it was very hard on this suit, and so like I worked in this suit, so this has a lot of staining. It has a lot I mean, I sat in muck, I laid in muck, I dove in muck, stirred up muck, I've cleaned dams, I've cleaned golf course irrigation, all kinds of stuff with that suit. So long story short, like, I guess on a Drysuit, I now am leaning towards shoes if you can, because you're gonna, like, the way I'm sitting right now is like, you know, my feet are buried into the ground, and it's I'm always putting a lot of stress on my feet, and being able to just throw out a pair of shoes and throw another pair on is awesome. And these don't leak, and I'm shocked by that. But a lot of, like, you know, this aramid fiber is starting to come off, and that's to be expected for what it's been through. But overall, I would say it's definitely been a great suit. It's been through a lot. This is a good working suit. This is a good cave suit. This is a good wreck suit. I would argue. There's people that would disagree with me. It might not be good in the sense that if the cave is warm, like in Florida, you probably don't want a CF200 in Florida. This is kind of a northern suit. I dive it year round with a XM450. So a CF200 XM450 year round in Michigan. And I don't have to do anything. No weight changes, nothing. It's just the XM450 and then the suit. And occasionally I'll do hand warmers, like the little heater packs, but that's it. But yeah, these are really nice. These are really nice. These look like the Converse All-Stars or something. But I'm gonna have to try these on in a minute and walk around. But this will be nice. This will be nice to if I ever do mucking again, which I won't with the new suit. I'll leave that for that suit. You know, this is going to be my technical, recreational, official diving suit, and this is like a backup / working suit. So. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited about these boots. Really excited about this whole get up. So to kind of get back into the review of the CF200. So as I said earlier, this should have a cap on it. It's missing. I lost it probably a year ago. And the weird thing is it still works just fine without it. I don't actually know what the cap does, except for maybe it's cosmetic. I never really liked this P-valve though. It maybe isn't balanced. I didn't know what balanced and all that meant when I ordered it. So I would make sure you get a balanced P-valve and don't go with OMS. Go with Halcyon or Light Monkey. I think the DUI, I might have a DUI one that's a rebranded DUI, but it's actually Light Monkey. I'm not positive on that, but I do believe it is. Just don't go with the OMS. The hole is bigger, so you can't switch over to the other kind. If you lose the cap, you'll never get another one. Also, I liked the relief valve, or the relief zipper. It's kind of weird to have a relief zipper and that, I was told by some people, but I didn't mind it. It didn't really bother me. However, I did find that this was kind of unnecessary. You can pee. I can pee through here through some gymnastics moves. I can unzip it and kind of manage. But a lot of people have to remove the top to pee. But I just would get lazy and I would just not even bother with this. Sometimes this was nice, like if I forgot to connect the catheter, it's nice to have that access to get in there, but you don't need it. Pockets are great. I love these pockets. I had to learn how to zip them properly, because what you could do is, if I grab this underwater, because you can't see what you're doing, you can zip that all the way to the other. It's easier to do when they're underwater because they're more lubricated, but you can basically, you know, zip it, but it's still unzipped. So one thing that I found helps is, you know, I just learned to check all the time. But one thing that happened is on this side, the zipper pull ripped off. And so this was really easy. This is kind of one of my primary pockets. Actually, it's not. But it kind of was, because this is where I kept my SMB. So I was in this pocket a lot. And I found that having a zipper pull on one side and not on the other was actually helpful, because I was able to identify which pull I had. And that just helped me to get the job done. yeah, I don't know. It's a great suit. I wanted to show you the inside zipper repair I had to do. So this zipper repair was done because I do this too much. I don't unzip all the way because I'm lazy and stupid. So what I'll do is I'll unzip to like here, and then I just stop. And then I always forget my crotch strap. I always forget to undo that, and I just force my way out of my dry suit, and the crotch strap is still done, and this is like most of the way zipped up, or unzipped, but there's probably a good 6 inches here. And what happens is there's like this little trolley thing that runs on the zipper pull, and if you aren't careful, it'll basically rub a wear mark all the way down right here and right next to this seam, and you'll get a big gouge in there. And that's what happened. And I have my buddy Rob, who is really a good guy. He has used like bicycle inner tube and a bunch of glue, and I kind of let him repair this, and he's done a great job, and it's held. He did have to fix it one time because I hadn't learned my lesson yet, and I still removed it the poor way, and it ripped the glue, and it just needed to get done again. And what it did is it scared me, because now my suit leaks if I'm an idiot, and so I'm going on some big trips this year, to Isle Royal and places like that, and I didn't want to have a suit that had such potential to fail in such a catastrophic way that it would ruin the dive when I'm really well invested and far from home. So I decided it's time to send this in, but part of that requires me to take a break from diving, which I have a hard time doing because I'm trying to train and get better, and it's hard to take time off when you're always diving. So as you can see on this is the old style. Look at that. That's like one little tuft of fabric, and it's like sewn in one stitch, like all the way across, and it's not a lot of fabric. This little tuft is much smaller, but I actually complained to them, and I feel bad that I didn't like this tuft, because the first time I put it on, every one of them fell off, so I had to take my suit off like 4 times when I put it on the first time, because these weren't like set with a memory yet, and it is annoying. And I told them, I would pay extra to have something nicer here, and in hindsight, I like what they did, and I sort of am sorry that I questioned their technique here. I love what they did on the new ones, though. The tuft of fabric is bigger, which is really helpful for that situation when you're getting into your dry suit for the first time. You don't want those falling out. It is kind of a heartbreaker. And then this stitching that they improved on that is, oh man, that's amazing. One thing a lot of people don't give DUI credit for is like on the CF200s and these premium suits, at the very bottom they have like this sewn in weird V-shape thing that I see a lot of dry suits of similar, or yeah, I guess they would be cheaper, but they don't seem to have this, and so I see a lot of dry suits failing in this area where this will crack, and there's a lot of stress on the inside here. But DUI does a really good job of handling all the tension and stress in there, and this has been fine. Like, this has never been an issue, and I'm stunned on it, and I'm stunned that these shoulder straps have done as well as they did. The one did go, so if I can find it in here, I think it's this one. The one did pull out, but I think it's bunched up in the leg, yeah. But that's, you know, after 5 years of having this suit, I think it's got a few, you know, issues with it, but they're minor. I mean, all in all, I can still dive this suit for probably at least another year before it really starts to give me trouble. And all I need to do is send it in, and I got another 5 years on it. I believe. So I love these suits. I really do. I do like in these older ones. I noticed in the new suit, the D-ring in the pocket is plastic. These older suits, the D-ring is metal. I do like the metal D-rings, especially in the cold. If you're diving in cold water, that plastic on a D-ring is probably not the best idea. But I don't think, I mean, all I've ever put on this metal D-ring is a bungee and a truck key. So the bungee will eat up 99% of any tension that's put on that plastic buckle on the new one. So I don't think it's going to really be an issue. I'll put 90% of all the things that I attach to the bungee. So everything's attached to the bungee, and that's not going to put any strain on a plastic D-ring at all. It's just in the stitching. So, but yeah, ultimately, so like one of the gripes of the DUI, this particular, like maybe the way I handled my suit, I think there's some folds of fabric that were glued, not stitched, and those have come undone and look kind of rough, especially around the knees. That's probably the biggest cosmetic blemish on the CF200 after all this time. But you got to keep in mind, I spent a lot of time on my knees in muck, in shallow water and deep water. So this has like the staining from North Carolina's mud, you know, that'll never come out of there. I really can't believe these boots are holding like this. That doesn't make sense. I can't, like, I have a really bad habit of using my foot to like pull my other foot out, and like I'll step on them, and so I'm always like taking one foot, putting pressure here, and then removing my foot, and that is got to be hard for this suit. But I kind of like don't want to baby a suit. I want to be hard on the suit. I want to just get my dive in. I don't want to worry about, you know, being very delicate with the suit. And that's what I like about the CF200, is I don't have to baby it. I can tell you from my experience, this is a suit you don't have to worry about. This is the kind of suit that, like, I swear there will be times after 5 years of diving where it's like, I think I feel water on my leg, and then it goes away, and it's like I wonder if like the suit kind of self heals, where if like it gets a little bit of water ingress, just diving, and the pressure change and putting a little bit of air in there helps to move that fabric around, and it kind of seals around it. Being the crushed neoprene type of material, I think it does a pretty good job of sealing out the elements. But yeah, I really should try this on for you guys, shouldn't I? I'm curious if the zipper has any reinforcement in the same places. On the new suit. So this zipper really needs to be lubricated, it feels like, because that is fresh, it's crispy. Here's my Hagen John serial number. Date of manufacture of 12/4/23. I ordered this on 9/1, so they made it in like a month. I'm shocked by that. I've never gotten the suit back so fast. So this does have the same little triangular, you know, kind of like, looks like a house upside down with I think it's just material. It's a straight piece of material, but it's got two folds in it that they're able to really help stabilize that area. And then the other spots are up here in the, so I don't see any reinforcement there, but that's probably only needed for people that don't actually know how to properly take a dry suit on and off. And that is actually a really good point, is dry suits, you know, you don't want one that you have to baby, but you also do have to know some of the proper ways to handle a dry suit. And I would go after some good training. You know, obviously you can get your dry suit cert, but it's kind of not really. I suggest you talk to someone that does. I don't know. I like some of the stuff I learned from James with Mod Underwater. I like the fact that he will tell you that you're not really supposed to fold your suit this way, because that's putting a lot of stress on your zipper, that you should kind of roll it this way because your zipper lays flat and nice, and there's no stress on that whole zipper. So that's there's like proper ways to put things away. There's proper ways to just do things, and I think when you get the proper training and you see what you're supposed to do, when you see like how to make your gear last longer, it's worth the training. It's like you're learning how to dive better, but you're also learning how to make your gear last longer and all that. So I do think one suit looks bigger than the other. Maybe I'm crazy. So one of the things I need to do is get these off of here. I don't want to dive this suit today, but I might dive the other one. I need 43 minutes. So like another awesome thing about DUI suits is you can go to pretty much any scuba store and get the neck seal or a wrist seal or dry gloves or whatever you want. Most stores have DUI, which is really awesome. And you don't have to glue anything on, which some people like the glue and it's cheaper. But I like the convenience of being able to go anywhere and save my dive. And if I'm out in the middle of the Arctic and my wrist seal goes bad, I can just put another one in, and I don't have to bring a whole crazy save a dive kit to replace a wrist seal, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna put dry gloves on this, so I'm taking these off now. so that I can put these wrist seals into the dry glove when that time comes. And, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm gonna put it on because I have to. It's you know, that kind of thing. So, all right. Wow, that new dry suit smell. It's cold. This dry suit is cold, and I'm not wearing a thermal layer underneath because I'm lazy, as I said a couple times today. So what I have to do is put this shirt on for Craig. So I tried to just quickly adjust these. No idea if that's right. I feel a little tight. Oh, that's cold. All right. So all right, I won't be able to put it on all the way because I didn't cut the neck seal, so that's hilarious. But I think we're good. Wow. I can't believe I forgot the neck seal. I think we'll be good. Dang it. I wanted to put it on for you guys. But yeah, this is gonna have to do because I gotta cut it. What I'll do is I'll do a first impressions video of this guy when I get it kind of dialed in. Oh, that reminds me, I'm gonna put my rock boots on too because I gotta put my fin in it and see if I need bigger fins now. So this is kind of the unboxing. Next video I'll do, I'll try to get a little bit more of a review of this suit and kind of, you know, have everything buttoned up. I'm gonna have the wrist seals put on. I might have to get new fins because of the rock boots. The old boots, I think it'll be close, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna go run over and get my fins. Okay, so I did watch a video on how to do this. My buddy Rob was here. He'd be able to help us out, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty straightforward. You just kind of wrap it around, and then I think this is the left shoe. This little bag does feel a little, on my feet, feel a little big, but I think I'll be all right. Okay, so the boot ain't bad. I did a really horrible job of putting the boot on, but it's on. So here she is. She fits. Doesn't feel very constricting or anything. And the fin, this is an extra large fin from Scuba Pro jet fin. This is the old school one, and size 12 shoe. That is probably a little bit too tight. I think I could get it, but I wouldn't really want to. It's like the back of the boot here is abrasive, so you try to slide that over. It's like and just slide right on, which I'm forcing it, you know, I'm trying too hard, so I think I will get new fins, but that's okay. So you probably get by with an extra large if you just want to get a couple dives in before you get new fins. I think I can make it work, but I want to be comfortable. You know, you invest a lot of money into these suits, so you want them to be right. So since it's really starting to rain and Rocky's all cuddled up now, I think we're gonna call it. Say good night, Rocky. Good boy. We will we'll see you on the next review slash, you know, first impressions. I'll have a first impressions video. All right, thanks guys, thanks for sticking through. If you stayed this whole time, you're crazy and you deserve a steak dinner or whatever kind of vegetarian equivalent you might want. All right, you guys have a good one. Take care. Thanks, DUI. I love it. See you later.